All right. Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Nelly of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another edition of Stout Sunday. And joining me always is Michael Kormaroff of Brooklyn, New York.
Great to be here.
We've got Jeremy Vincent out of Arkansas.
Hey, guys.
And we've got the one, the only, Ronald J. Terrio of Louisiana Beer Reviews.
Hello, folks.
Thanks for joining me, guys. So we'll go left to right here from my screen. That's Jeremy first. So what you drinking this morning, Jeremy?
Okay, I bought these the last week, and if I don't review it, I'm not going to have any left because they're so good. I've got Founders Breakfast Stout. It's an 8.3% breakfast stout. It's got 60 IBUs. It said the coffee lovers beer brewed with abundance of flaked oats, bitter and imported chocolates, and twin types of coffee. This stout is an intense, fresh, roasted Java nose topped with a frosty cinnamon colored head that goes forever. I wish I had better lighting in here. That's my bad. But anyway, you get the point. It's supposed to be a really good beer by Founders, and I had to try it. So
Founders makes some great beers.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. Oh, the date. I want to give the date on there, guys. Got to have the date. Bottled on 1/16/19, and there's another number here that I probably have to look it up. Until when does it have just the bottle date on these?
Not sure about those.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not too bad.
Michael Kormaroff, it looks like he's trying to search for a date there. So, but
date, December 7th, 2018. It's a
What's
great
in your
all right, what you
Yeti,
got, Michael?
Great Divide Yeti, 9.5%, 75 IBUs.
Oh,
in Colorado.
All right.
I haven't tried that one.
And it looks like this in the glass.
All right. Looks good, Michael. So, Ron, what do you got this morning?
Oh, I'm kind of tired, y'all.
Mardi Gras got you, huh?
Great,
Yeah,
huh?
and I was up till I wasn't up until 10 o'clock, and I went straight to sleep. And then my friend David calls me. He sends me a text at 3:22 a.m.
Doesn't he know you're sleeping by then?
Are you back? And I called him later. I said, "Why would you send somebody a text at 3:22 a.m.?" Well, you're usually up at that time. I said, "Well, I wasn't up." I said, "Not this." He said, "You have unusual sleeping patterns." I said, "Yeah, so let's not violate them." But so I was fussing about that. But if I fall asleep during the video,
it's because of me.
Because of David. You know who you are, David. All right, here is Port Orleans coffee break. And I need coffee. I drank 3 cups already, coffee and chicory. This is from New Orleans. It's one of those shrink wrap can label things.
Yeah.
Stout brewed with coffee. It was canned on November 4th, 2018. It's got the date, guys. This is brewed with French truck coffee, which I'm not familiar with that company, and 6.5% alcohol. It's not available in bottles. It might be on draft. Okay, so that's the story.
All right. And I've got one from Left Hand Brewing Company. This is their Nitro Milk Stout.
Oh, yeah, I had that.
I've got to try that.
It is 6% alcohol. I tried to look up the IBUs. I didn't see. It's not on the bottle or the website, but it's going to be low with the IBUs. It does have the ingredients list on here, which I like. It says Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, lactose, flaked oats, hops, and yeast. So that's pretty cool that they put that on the label. And it says super smooth with soft roastiness and mocha notes. And I gave it a pour already, and it poured with a nice creamy head, but it's pretty much dissipated now. So anyway, we'll go back to Jeremy and let him get into that Founders Breakfast Stout.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this almost went over here. I had to do a taste test early. Sorry about that. I don't know if I poured it wrong or something happened wrong.
No, it's just exuberant.
But it's dark, no doubt. You can't see through it. Tannish head, brown tannish head. Do a little bit of smell test here. Getting some roasted malty. It's a lot of espresso coffee is what I'm getting right off the bat. A lot of coffee. Kind of a vanilla. Getting a little vanilla. And it's looks like it's slightly carbonated there. So mildly carbonated.
Carbs to it.
So we'll do the taste and everything already.
Yeah, go ahead and get into it. Cheers, buddy.
I can't remember the protocol here. Y'all got to give me like the list, you know.
Nah, it's whatever.
Just wing it.
Just
Okay, I'm gonna wing it from now on.
The only rule is that your review should not take 20 minutes.
Okay, so is it getting close to 20 minutes?
No, it's getting
Okay.
2 minutes.
I forgot.
You're on the clock, Jeremy.
All right, here we go. Yes, you're getting a lot of the coffee flavor, espresso, like a lot of richness. It's got more bitterness than you would expect too, but the IBUs are pretty high on this. It's a little more bitter than what I was expecting. But then right after that, you're getting a lot of the creaminess that comes through. But then after that, on the back end, you're getting a lot more of the bitterness again in the coffee. But it's definitely got an excellent coffee flavor, no doubt. It's very well balanced. It's not too sweet. It's not too bitter. Wow, it's very, very, very good.
All right, we'll let you keep sipping on that and come back around for your rating here in a little bit. So, Michael Kormaroff, tell us about that Yeti.
As John's head has faded, so has mine. It did start out up here, and now it's down to just a little small head, but it's a very dark brown head. It's past tan, almost like mocha, like a mocha head, and it's pitch black. You can't see through it. You could try to shine light. It won't do any good. It's pitch black. It's brown, but it looks like it's black. You're getting coffee and chocolate in the nose. Maybe a little bit of dark fruit in the background. Let me give it a taste. Wow. The taste follows the nose. You get the coffee, and it's not really boozy. It's 9.5%. You don't taste it. So this would be a dangerous beer. Again, as I've said before, you can tell it's not a session beer. So you could tell it's a stout, but it's they do cover the alcohol very well. Fairly intense. It's 75 IBUs. You do get the bitterness in it, but it's not a negative thing. It's a good thing. And it's funny how all of us are doing kind of coffee stouts. Maybe John's won't be as much coffee as the others, but the three of us have more coffee-oriented stouts. This one is definitely a coffee type, but it does have some good background flavors as well.
Nice. Yeah,
I'll mull it over a little bit.
I can actually get that one, and they do make, if I'm not mistaken, a barrel-aged version of that. I'd really like to try that one.
I've never seen the barrel-aged version. I would try it too.
I saw a 22-ounce bomber, I think. It was last week, actually, and it was, a bourbon barrel-aged version of that. Pretty sure it was the Yeti. But anyway, we'll let you keep sipping on that. We'll come back around to you, and we'll go to Ronald Theriot over there in Louisiana with his Port Orleans Coffee Stout.
I wish I could get that beer that Michael Komaroff's drinking, but maybe one day it'll show up in Louisiana. This has settled down, and I've emptied the can. Look at this Falstaff glass.
I like the glass.
That's nice.
Drinking out of this Falstaff glass that was given to me. I have a big collection of Falstaff stuff. Well, and at the end of this video, I want to show you two things I got last night. You'll allow it.
Of course. At the parade, what could it be?
Well,
I'm not gonna comment.
I didn't get any beads, so I wasn't trying to catch anything. Then a man stepped on my foot, and so I started getting irritated, and I left. All right, but the parade has 30-some floats. It lasts 4 hours. I wasn't going to sit there and look, but it's fantastic. I mean, it's beyond belief. But anyway, rich chocolate, dark malt, chocolate malt, strong coffee, some cream. Where's that echo come from? The flavor is dark roasted. Some coming from somebody. Dark roasted. I think they must be using oats in it as well. Perhaps. I don't know. They don't give the ingredients. The body's not particularly heavy. It's high medium at the most, if it's high medium. The finish is on a dry side, so it might be kind of a dry stout here on this 74-degree humid day with my windows open. I think for somebody who is sleepy like myself and got woken up at 3:22 a.m. by a fellow beer reviewer who will perhaps get online with us one day when he gets the internet connection. It'd be better to drink coffee to wake up, honestly, but it's still a good beer. It's 6.5, like I said, so it's got a lot of alcohol, heft. You know how you say that word. Sadly, you three guys will probably never see it unless you come to New Orleans or to my town. They sell it out here. I don't know. It's the distribution of this is minimal, I guess.
How long has that company been around for, Ron? Do you know?
Port Orleans. I've never been to the brewery. I know where it is. It's on Chapatula Street. Owned by a former Saints player, Zach Street. Probably been on the market. This company's probably been open about 2 years.
Okay. Maybe one day they'll make it big and their distribution will skyrocket.
We got so many breweries here in the city, and even in my parish, there's a brewery, and one of them already went belly up, and they made some really good beers. It was called Wayward Owl, and they said they had some lease issues with their building. I was thinking this morning when I was washing my face, I said, I was taking a bath last night and drying my hair after. I said their lease issue was probably they couldn't afford to pay the lease. I was thinking that to myself, but that's a way to say it, like they weren't making it, But anyway, they're not. They said we're going to close down, but we'll be back. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, but they're not back. Anyway.
All right. Well, we'll let you sip on that for a while, then we'll come back around. We've got a lot of people in the chat here this morning. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We've got Farmall Fanatic says, "Hey, morning to you, Farmall." Jamie the Mom says, "Is it time for Stout Sunday again? Get Stout here." Cheers. Cheers, Jamie. Ronnie S says, "Cheers, Stout lovers." And then we've got Hog from HWG Happiness Without Guilt says, "Cheers, John." And chat, cheers to you, Hog. And Ronnie would probably be joining us if he wasn't at work. Well, just sit back, relax, and neglect your job duties to watch Stout Sunday, Ronnie. We appreciate it. All right. So the Left Hand Brewing Company Nitro Milk Stout out of Longmont, Colorado. Very dark brown. I mean, it looks black, obviously, here. The head is, it's like a khaki head, which is pretty much dissipated, although there's a thin little layer. Looks very creamy in the glass. It does have lactose in it. It is a milk stout, so you can expect a creamy mouthfeel from this one. The aroma is very roasty, some nice dark roasted barley malt. Not burnt, but super darkly roasted. Getting a little bit of dark chocolate, definitely some toasted bread, some caramel. That's pretty much it. It smells really good, very malt forward. So cheers.
Cheers back to you.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, the palate follows the nose. Very roasty, nice and toasty. And I am getting a little bit of mocha on the palate. It does say that you can expect some mocha notes with this one. Although on the ingredients, yeah, there's no coffee added to this one. You're just getting some mocha notes, maybe a little bit of coffee from the roasted barley malt. It's very enjoyable. The mouthfeel is super creamy, obviously. Carbonation is almost non-existent with this one. It's like drinking cream, really. I mean, it's like just a creamy mouthfeel, no bubbles, no carbonation that I can detect.
Let's drink some cream.
Yeah, very, very low carbonation. And the finish is super smooth and creamy, and it is refreshing. It is enjoyable. 6% alcohol is masked extremely well. This is a malt forward stout with a lot of toasted bread notes. So if you like roasty, toasty stouts, this would definitely be one for you. And if you like that creamy mouthfeel, obviously, this would be another one to go for. And that's why they tell you, it basically just says on the label, turn it straight, upside down like this, pour directly into the glass.
Middle
right.
pour.
And the reason is because there's hardly any carbonation, and if you want any type of head with this one, you got to pour it super aggressively. But it's a great beer, and I'll keep sipping on it and come up with a rating for it. But it's a very enjoyable stout, and it was actually on sale. I don't know what it's normally priced at, but it was $9.49 for the 6-pack. So
good price.
I guess I got a deal on it.
Ron, I was going to ask you, are there any other tastes in yours beside coffee?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh,
Ron.
Jay. Yeah, go ahead.
Jay or Ron, whichever
Ron
you want.
Jay. Jay's my middle initial. That's where the confusion comes from. Yes, I would say so. There's, like I was saying earlier, there's that chocolate malt. You might have missed that. And there's a little char and the cream and the coffee. So we got coffee and then the cream and the char and the chocolate malt.
Okay.
But no kind of hop bitterness. Nope. Not that I can tell, but it's probably there. You just don't perceive it. You know how that goes.
Right. It's the same with mine. Mine's malt forward. There's really no hops that I'm detecting on mine either. Very malty beer. So Jeremy sounds like he gets the hop award of the day with the Founder's Breakfast Stout.
Yes.
So we'll go back to you, Jeremy. How's that breakfast stout treating you?
I'm gonna tell you, as it's warming up, it's actually getting better. A lot better. I mean, it's great before, but now it's even. I don't know if you should enjoy this kind of at a lukewarm, not really warm, but kind of in between, and it's even better. Got a lot of good, coffee blend flavor with oatmeal, creamy, malty. It's got everything in it. It's really well balanced. If it's this good, I can't wait to try the KBS like you guys have been talking about and the CBS. But are we rating them now?
What's that?
Are we going to do the rating now, or are we waiting?
Yeah, you can go ahead and give a rating for yours.
Guy, this is a real good beer. I would give it a 97, an A plus.
All right.
It's that good. It's probably the best. The Elysian Split Stout was real close to it, but I think this is a little bit better. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to try that one again. Actually, I need to buy some more of those. Those are really dynamite. But for a milk stout, coffee milk stout, these are really good.
Awesome. Yeah, you're going to be really pleased. If you like that one, I think you're going to be just blown away by the KBS and the CBS. Although those are not as bitter. Those are more malt forward because they're both barrel aged. So the hops kind of, whatever hops are in there kind of fade and you get more of the barrel presence. But yeah, I think you're going to be blown away by the other Founders stouts. And I've got to try that Elysian Split Shot. I haven't seen it yet, but because I can get the Day Glow and the Space Dust, I'm hoping that I'll be able to find the Split Shot.
It's really good too.
Me too.
I'd have to do like a side by side comparison, you know.
Right. All right. So we will go back to Michael Kormaroff next with his Yeti. How's that Yeti treating you, Michael?
As Jeremy says, mine's getting better too as it warms up. It's becoming more intense as it warms up, which is interesting. The flavors are more complex and intense. The bitterness is picking up a little bit, but I like the bitterness. So to me, this is extremely good. I'm going to give it a 95. So
All right.
it's on the edge of world class.
Awesome. Either one of you guys with those high ABV stouts, is the alcohol coming through a little bit more as they warm, or?
Mine still is not boozy at all. It's drinking like a 7% beer.
All right.
But I would buy this again, and I'd love to get the barrel age version as well if I could find it. I've never seen it.
All right. So we've got a 97 and a 95. Some awesome stouts here on this fine Stout Sunday.
Now you was
So
talking
Ron,
about,
don't let us down with yours. What are you thinking about that Port Orleans stout there?
Well, it's interesting because, and once again, Michael, I wish I could get that beer.
It's from Denver, Colorado, so maybe the Colorado beers are not as strong in your market.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case these days. Denver reminds me of John Denver, leaving on a jet plane. All right, now.
Let me get the harmonica out on that one.
Don't know when I'll be back again. Now, look, I did a review of this a month ago. I'll see you on February 10th. And it was interesting because I wanted to make a score mentally before I looked at my review, okay? So mentally, I was saying I'm going to give it a 92, in A minus, approaching A. So then I looked up on the database here on Beer Advocate, and then I noticed that I actually gave it on February 10th a 93. And look what I wrote about it. This was, because I can't remember all the time what I wrote. It's very short. I said, coffee break has a thick beige to tan head, lots of glass lacing, and which it has pretty good amount of lacing, and a dark brown appearance. There's no doubt about that. The aroma is of cold pressed dark coffee, cocoa, cream, and dark bread crust. The flavor is similar with low bitterness, except for the unsweetened coffee bitterness. Mouthfeel is high medium, and coffee break finishes on the dry side. That is exactly what I described this morning, except that I gave it 1 point higher. So I'm thinking that either I have a good handle on it or this beer just tastes like it tastes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So 92 or last month, 93. Well, that's pretty close when you don't even recollect what it's tried.
Right. Okay. We've got 3 A's so far. Let's see. Over to the chat real quick. We've got Turtle Man, the Irishman, tuning in, says, cheers, John and everyone. Cheers to you, Turtle Man, and happy Stout Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Thrash Metal is tuning in, says, cheers all. Cheers to you, Thrash. Always enjoy having you on in the chat. Enjoy talking to you. Let's see. Eclipse Brewing is also tuning in. We got the J-Man from Australia. He says, good morning, all. Good morning to you, J-Man from Eclipse Brewing. He's 15 hours ahead of us, so we appreciate you tuning in.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Right. All right. Jamie says her coffee doesn't have any beer in it.
Very sad. Very sad.
That is, you could fix that, Jamie. Crack you open a Keystone Ice. I know you like Keystone Ices, and drink that with your coffee.
You gonna mix them together? What are you gonna call it?
Keystone? No, don't mix them together.
Just Keystone going to come out with a
Keystone Stout.
We're going to have a Keystone Stout.
Hey, I don't know. You heard it here first, guys. If Keystone puts out a stout, they've got to give us a cut of that.
Let me tell you this, guys. You do not want to pour this one straight, aggressively. Watch this.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know.
Jerry, you can't pour it straight. It has to be nitro to go down the middle.
I know. I'm just giving you an example, and I don't what not to do on this beer.
Right. And we've got Alex, the Beer Master, tuning in as well. Thanks for tuning in, Alex. All right. So I'll go ahead and – or wait. Yeah. Okay. Jay gave his rating. So the Nitro Milk Stout from Left Hand Brewing, it's really enjoyable. mouthfeel is super creamy. It's got all the roasty, toasty notes that you'd want from a good stout. My only complaint really is it's like there's no carbonation with it. I would like a little bit more carbonation. I mean, it's almost like if you had a really good stout and you let it sit out overnight and you drank it the next morning, like it's just flat. There's nothing. There's no liveliness to it. I mean, the flavors are all there. Like I said, it does have the creamy mouthfeel, but I wish it had more of a medium carbonation. I think that would make it a little bit more enjoyable. It's still an excellent stout. I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it on the lower end. I'm going to give it a 91. It's an A-. It would be more of a solid A if there was a little bit more activity, if there was a little bit of carbonation with it. But the flavors are all there. The mouthfeel is super creamy, like they intended, and it is very, very enjoyable. But it's on the lower end for me just because of the lack of any carbonation whatsoever. So 91 out of 100 for the Nitro Milk Stout. Which is still an A, so I mean it's definitely check them out.
Not on at the beginning when we started talking. I was at this 6 Point release yesterday, and we found out that 6 Point has now been taken over by a company called Artisanal Ventures, which is the company that has taken over Victory and Southern Tier. So now all three of them are together in a unit, and it means that money is going to be fed into their operation. And I was telling John he should get distribution in Atlanta this year.
Yeah, so maybe
New Orleans too.
Yeah, maybe their stuff will come back because Southern Tier came to Louisiana and then it disappeared.
And Southern Tier also. How about Victory? Can you still get Victory?
No, those two companies disappeared from this area.
Okay, because what's going to happen is that they're putting a big influx of cash into these companies to increase their distribution.
Good. You don't get the Sour Monkey? You never tried the Sour Monkey? I know you have.
Yeah, but that was years ago, and then their stuff disappeared just like overnight. It was gone.
Yeah, we don't have it here as much as we used to.
I was telling them also that the person we were close to, has now been bought out, so he's no longer with the company. So,
wow.
So we try to cozy up to some of the other people we knew.
Right. Yeah, you guys start
try to grab on.
Some new people.
I know them, not as well. So I was telling this guy Max. I was saying, Max, you know, we've been loyal to the company since they opened in 2004, and now the link we had is now gone.
Oh man!
Don't worry about it. You know, just stay close. Keep coming to the different releases, and I don't know. I still like them as a company a lot, and I hope that, you know, these companies, when they do take over, that they don't actually get involved in the brewing itself. They just help the company grow.
They probably won't. Hey, you know what, John and Neely?
What's that?
When I reviewed the Left Hand Milk Stout Nitro in 2014, I went with an A-.
Okay. Hey.
Excellent. Well, but not, you know, super terrific, fantastic. But I was looking that up. I said, now, and then with Michael, I'm confident Michael's talking about these buyouts. I think it's going to change things. Maybe their stuff will show up here, but there's so much competition. We talked about that off air before, that it's just like this huge crowded thing, you know. And
well, they're going to try to make it into the markets. If the markets don't allow them to come in, then I guess they won't come in. So in other words, if there's not spots for them on the shelves in your places, then they're not going to come in.
Yeah.
The Atlanta market, where John can go, is very open because they do have the craft breweries in Georgia, but they want the ones to come from other parts of the country. So I see Atlanta being a big market for them in the future.
Yeah, this could be more of a problem. Real quick, you want me to show you what happened last night?
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up here in just a second. But before we do so, Ron is going to show us some awesome stuff that he got from the parade last night, I guess.
Mardi Gras, baby.
I'm not going
to break it out. What you got, Ron?
I'm going to show you some of the things I saw last night on this.
You did video, right?
Yeah, thankfully. Okay, I'll admit this. I did go to a private party last night. And they let me in. At first, I got there and they said my name was not on the list. I said, what? So I said, wait a minute, this guy,
or something.
I said, this guy, Mr. Blank, 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 who is blank, blank for Anheuser-Busch, said he was going to put my name on the list. Oh, we're going to call. So they're calling. And I'm waiting. I said, oh, well. All right, you can come in. So I go in, go up there. I'll say this, Budweiser and Bud Light know how to throw a party. So free food, unlimited. Free beer, unlimited. Standing on the balcony and music and everything. So I was like, oh, yeah, this is pretty good. Now people say you're just a captive. You're a tool of Anheuser-Busch. I am a tool of Anheuser-Busch. And I wish I was a tool of Miller, Coors, and every other beer company on earth, right?
Amen.
So I am open. This is a message to all beer companies. I will be your tool because I'm a beer fan and I like beer, and most of what I taste tastes good. Now, if it's camo and you want to sign me up, I'll go to your party, but I'll still sling your beer against the wall with great anger. But anyway, so that was cool. But while I was there, I got the Natter Days.
Oh, I haven't ever seen that.
And I didn't have to buy it. I could have got a 30-pack at Matherns, but I was like, no, I don't think so. And my friend David, who woke me up at 3:22 this morning, I don't know if I mentioned that.
But that's okay.
He wanted to go on a big, long rant and rave about Natter Days this morning. So that was interesting.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Huh?
3 o'clock in the morning?
No, I didn't call him until around 5 o'clock in the morning. All right. So then Carbach. No, 4:30 when I talked to him. Carbach Brewing's
Daymaker?
Daymaker. It's an IPA brewed with hibiscus and cranberry. So I said, let me just take one can with me on the go. So I took a can of each on the go. Now, when I was there, besides eating the free food, I drank a Carbach Hopadillo IPA, and that's a great IPA. I don't care if Carbach got bought out by Anheuser-Busch. If you like good, classic West Coast IPAs, and I know Johnny LA doesn't, but if you do, that is a dynamite beer. They wouldn't let us drink out of a glass. You had to sip it out the can, which I didn't love, but it was great. I was walking down Bourbon Street and I was thinking, man, this beer is so good. Oh, wait, put your shirt back on, lady. But anyway. I mean,
now, the reason they don't want you with bottles is because bottles.
Yeah, they don't really like bottles.
Yeah.
Please put your shirt back on. But anyway, so I was thinking about that. You know, the Hopadillo was so extraordinary. And then later I went and then I drank a Daymaker. And at first I didn't like it. I thought, oh, this beer tastes funny. It's kind of strange. But you know how sometimes if you drink on a beer enough, it'll start to grow on you and you'll start liking it. So then by the bottom half of the can, I was thinking, oh yeah, I didn't get it at first. This is a great beer. I can't wait to review it. So that was my little adventure last night.
Jay, were they giving out any swag at this gathering? Is that how you got your hat, or is that you had that from Anheuser-Busch from the past?
Oh, I do have an Anheuser-Busch cap on. Oh, huh, what a coincidence. It's funny how that works out. No, when I paid $17 to go on 17, no, when I paid $30 to go on their Brewmasters tour, you got the cap included.
Okay. So they weren't giving out swag last night, because sometimes at these things they have a table with swag.
They weren't giving out. They actually were giving out some stuff.
Did you get any of your Stout Sunday buddies any merchandise?
Swag was like,
we're on our own, right? I've already got this figured out here.
You know, like can insulators and junk like that. But they had this room. They had this room really set up nice. Like they had all the food, and then they had this area set up called the Mid of Pisery. The Mid of Pisery, yeah. The pit of, all right, okay, don't judge me. No, the Pit of Misery, and then said Dilly Dilly, and I was like, wow, they can't get past that. They're just not going to let that go. And then I went on the balcony, and it was great. Huh?
No corn syrup to be found, right?
No corn syrup, but yet the Natter Days has high fructose corn syrup. But why mention that? Then the balcony was so crowded, and they were looking, and then so people spilled food on the balcony, and I almost slipped on it. And then yeah, I was looking over the balcony. I was like, well, I've never stood on a balcony on Bourbon Street before, but it was interesting. And then it just went on and on. All the girls were dancing. I was watching them, and they were having a good time. And these are all people that are obviously connected to Anheuser-Busch, like their mother and father work for the company, and you know how it is. You don't just get a ticket. And so, but whatever.
Like a good time.
Hey?
Sound like a very good time.
Oh, and I left early. And look, I was walking down the street at like 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. and I looked in this bar, and there were girls dancing. I mean, every bar was packed. Every restaurant was packed. There were lines waiting to go in these restaurants. And I said to myself, it's 7 o'clock, and these people are getting down. Party. Can you imagine what it's going to be like at 12 o'clock? But I said, I'm going home. But this goes on for 2 weeks. This is not a one night. This is not a one night event, mind you. This is going to go on tonight. It's going to go on tomorrow night. It goes on for 2 weeks. Imagine how much money. And it's incredible. It goes on. It's blocks and blocks and blocks. And it's just, people tell me they're coming to New Orleans, and I say, okay. I said, but you need to come during Mardi Gras because it is so different from anything you'll ever experience probably anywhere else. And of course, it's going to cost you. You know, the hotel rooms will be high, but I don't understand why people bring babies to Bourbon Street.
Oh no.
I mean, you know, they're walking around with a 3-week-old baby. And I was like, well, that's
the baby's drinking beer too.
I mean, you got these strollers and carrying a little baby, and I'm like, are people insane? And then you got these old people, like 85 years old, walking around with a costume, can barely walk.
Right. That's gonna be me in a couple of years.
And this just went on and on. Anyway, all right, enough reminiscing, but it was.
I'd love to go to it one time.
How far, Jamie, are you from New Orleans?
Me? I would think about 6 or 7 hours, maybe. I'd have to look that up. I don't know.
I think you're probably closer than that.
No, it's a good way from Arkansas.
No.
Yeah, but aren't you in southern Arkansas?
I'm in southern Arkansas, but it's still quite a ways. I got to go all the way across Louisiana. Now I know I've got a lot of friends in Spring Hill and Monroe. I played music in most of those places, but I just haven't been to New Orleans.
Yeah, you'd have to go to Monroe and then cut across through Vicksburg, Mississippi, and then connect to Interstate 55 and come on down. But they had people from Japan. There were people from China. There were people from Russia. There were Irish.
Making me feel bad.
There were English people. They had people from Africa. They had people from Mexico. A lot of people, tourists from Mexico and other Latin American countries. And they were just, it was just people from all over the world. It was just crazy. And
John, you're further away, and I'm the furthest from New Orleans.
Right. Yeah, when I went to New Orleans, I started from Montgomery, Alabama, and it was about 6.5 hours, I think. So
yeah,
it would be probably 8.
It'd be like 8.5 from where I am now. Yeah.
And it's such a ripoff, like I'm walking down Canal Street and they had 24-ounce cans of Bud Light and other ones like that for $10. I said, what a deal.
Only because it's Mardi Gras.
Right. Nobody in their right mind would ever pay that,
They're profiteering because they know they got the people there.
Okay,
Right.
I just looked it up, guys. It's 6 hours. Actually, just 6 hours from here.
So
that's better
7
than you
hours.
thought.
You're going to get delayed some kind of way.
You can go down and visit Ron. He'd always be happy to have you there.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, but I got to get a wife's approval,
Right. Bring you in.
Where's John at? Where's John at? You don't see him here today, do you?
No, I did see a couple of people we're talking about 7 o'clock in the evening now, 6:45, 7. I was walking and I saw 2 different girls with one knee down on the street.
Uh-oh.
With her face down toward the street. Now, I don't know if she was looking for a penny that she dropped or if
she might have had a few too many.
I said,
that'll be the beer got to her.
Yeah, I said, I don't know if we're going to see her walking around at 11 o'clock tonight. And it looked like, I said, let me keep walking because it looked like something's about to come up.
Now, what was everybody not in the Budweiser camp you was at, but outside the streets? What is everybody's drink of choice in New Orleans right there?
Oh, I mean, they were walking around with bottles of Hennessy.
Oh, okay. Well.
Not appreciated by the police because that's glass, and that's a potential issue.
Kind of frowned upon in establishments.
Bottles of wine. I stepped on a bottle of Burnett's vodka. I think almost tripped. Really don't like that. They were drinking these tall
boys.
Those tall mixed drink, it's like a snowball, or what they call it up north, a snow cone, but it's full of liquor. And it's like flavor. I said, woo, I would hate to see how they feel tomorrow drinking that.
They wouldn't be up for Stout Sunday, I can tell you that.
No, but some people, some people were drinking Bud Light or they were drinking a Beta. I saw a Beta Amber they were drinking. And
yes.
Some people and they were drinking other craft beers. So 15 years ago, you wouldn't have seen people walking around with cans of craft beer. But now you do see a lot of that, actually. Craft beer is like the new macro, and it was
now, is the Beta the most popular?
All right.
Is the Beta the most popular brewery in Louisiana?
Oh yeah, I mean
they make some great stuff. I like a lot of their stuff. I like the Purple Haze.
Jay, have you had their Mardi Gras Bach?
Many times.
Actually,
I saw that they were selling that. Yeah, and the price.
How would you rate it?
Mardi Gras Bach.
I haven't got to see that one.
Probably rate it. I probably can get it cheap tomorrow.
I had that one last week. I thought it was really good. I think I gave it an A.
Yeah, probably at the worst A-. It's very bready. It's like brown bread crust. It's very bread crusty. Oh yeah, that's a great beer. And like John and Neely, the strawberry lager is good. And
the
straw Gator.
That one's really good. Yeah, that's strawberry Andy Gator.
Purple Haze.
Purple Haze is very mild and light, but it's super popular.
What about straw Gator that I was showing you about? They had the straw Gator. It was a big bottle. You said you tried that one?
Many times, yes.
Is that kind of the same as the strawberry lager?
It's Andy Gator, 8% alcohol, and it's flavored with the strawberries.
Wow, I need to buy that one.
So it's Louisiana pureed strawberry. They take actual strawberries and they get the puree, when they blend it in a blender, whatever kind of huge blender they've got, and then they pour it in there. It's not some regular, and then they put it in there, and it's still 8%, but it's a peculiar thing. But anyway, I don't want to keep going. I know John and Lily's got stuff to do, but it was
you got laughs to say.
Yeah, it was that's right. And it was interesting. And I might go back Tuesday, but we're having a cold front. It's gonna be a very cold Tuesday.
Are you doing Wednesday?
No, I think I'm probably gonna be. Well, I could back out because I'm not gonna go sit out and freeze myself in this baseball game. So I would say at this point I'm not going to be on Wednesday. But if I decide not to go to the baseball game, I will be there.
Okay, because I was saying, John, if Eric has band practice, would you be the moderator?
I can do it. Yeah, if you can.
Even wait until you get back. We have to start.
Yeah, because John's busy with stuff, So.
At 8.
No, is this the theme week?
Hey,
is this the theme week?
No. Oh yeah.
It is, but since we're caught in the middle, it may not be.
They never announced the theme. I was saying Mexican beers, but people didn't seem to like that idea.
I like that idea.
So we'll have to see.
We can talk about that.
I don't know what Eric will do another night. That's what he did this last time. John, you were in on that. I wasn't. On Thursday, I saw your review. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't get to make it. I had to go to a visitation.
I had something going on with my wife and stuff. So I'm pretty limited to today and Wednesday right now as things stand. But I have to get off. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. And it's been great. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. And John, I'll keep in touch during the week to see who's going to be moderating Wednesday.
Okay. Sounds good, Michael.
John and
Michael, good seeing you. And if you ever come to Louisiana, we'll go out.
I'll definitely stop by. Jeremy, good seeing you. We'll keep in touch over the internet. Everybody take care.
Have a good one, Michael.
All right, Michael. let's go. We'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I'm going to read some final comments here. So Jamie says she would not recommend the coffee stout, the Keystone Ice Coffee Stout. Probably a good thing, Jamie.
She's going to work on the recipe. Jamie's going to work on the recipe and let me know the perfect recipe, the perfect beer, and the perfect coffee combination. So
she can master that and then share the recipe with us.
Yeah.
We've got the Whiskey Scout tuning in saying hi guys, and he did ask what stouts we were drinking. He tuned in late. I'm drinking the Nitro Milk Stout from Left Hand Brewing Company. Jeremy's drinking the Founders Breakfast Stout. Michael was drinking the Yeti from Great Divide, and Ron was drinking the coffee stout from Port Orleans down there in Louisiana.
They don't ship outside of Louisiana, right?
They might. I just don't know their distribution. I don't think it's too big.
I have to check. There's one. What's the one called?
Go ahead,
You know what I'm talking about? The brewery out of Louisiana called 10 something. What's the name?
10 Roof. 10 Roof. That's
10
Roof. Baton Rouge, yeah.
I saw a lot of their stuff in there. Are they pretty good?
Yeah, they've been around a lot longer, so they get more distribution. They're kind of a little older. And
okay, sorry, John.
Yeah, Parish Brewing is older, and so you got some older ones but you got a lot of new ones that just haven't gotten going yet.
All right, let's see. We've got Jacob Downey tuning in. Thanks for watching, Jacob. Trish over there, One Sip at a Time, says she's making some scrambled eggs. That sounds good. I might need some scrambled eggs after this morning stout. J-Man over there at Eclipse Brewing says, last time I went to Bourbon Street, I took 200 sets of beads to a private balcony party and threw them all night. All right.
That's how to party down.
It sounds like it. Brandon over there at Craft Beer Pours is tuning in, says, cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, Brandon. He's got a great channel over there. Does a lot of good craft beer reviews. Go check him out.
I was the other day, but I had too much stuff going on. I watched.
I join all the time, like Friday, Saturday night when he goes live.
Very interesting. It's very interesting. I like it. They do a good. He does a good job.
Yeah,
he does. Yeah,
I'd like to join more, but I just haven't had.
If you guys join, let me know, okay? Because I want to get on there. That'd be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
So Whiskey Scout says, first time through New Orleans was 1995. A guy was in the middle of the street selling 8 balls to traffic going both ways. Right.
Who said that?
That's Robert. That's the Whiskey Scout. Which, by the way, we have an examination on Louisiana Beer Reviews tomorrow night of the Woodford Reserve. I don't know if Robert is planning on joining that. That's going to be a good time.
Yes, he said he is.
All right. So everybody tune in to Ron's channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews, tomorrow at, is it 7 or 7:30?
Is it Don Buster?
6 o'clock Central Time p.m.
So 7 Eastern Time tomorrow night, Woodford Reserve examination on Ron's channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews.
I'll definitely tune into that.
Yeah, you can even.
And let's see, Eclipse Brewing is talking about they have THC edibles everywhere now. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. And let's see, okay. Few people are talking to each other in the chat. Man, we got a ton of comments. A lot of people watching. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And let's see. All right. Ronnie S says, have a great Sunday, guys. You too, Ronnie. All right. We'll go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. Thanks to Michael Kormaroff from Brooklyn, New York, Jeremy Vincent of Arkansas, and the one and only Ronald J. Terrio of Louisiana Beer Reviews. If you haven't already watched his channel, you got to wake up and smell the roses because you're missing out.
He's the best, man. The best.
The legend himself has graced us with his presence on this fine Stout Sunday. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hope everybody out there that's watching has a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and until next time, everybody.
Stout
Cheers.
Sunday.